Hey there, friend. Today, I'm super excited to dive into a super cool topic that's been on my radar for a while. We are going to talk about how we can expose multiple Azure Function apps as a consistent API using Azure API management. Sounds intriguing, right? Imagine we run a bunch of Azure Function apps that perform different tasks, like logging data, processing payments, handling customer inquiries, and such. Each app has its own API, with a specific way of doing things, which can lead to a real brain twister for end users and even developers sometimes. But what if I told you we could streamline this chaos and create a single, consistent API experience using Azure API management? Intrigued? Well, buckle up, because this journey into Azure API management is about to start. First things first, understanding Azure API management is key. APIM is Microsoft's answer to standardizing the way APIs function across different services and organizations. Think of APIM as the maestro in this symphony of Azure Function apps, making sure all the app's musical notes blend harmoniously for the users. Our goal here is to aggregate multiple Azure Function apps into a single API, thereby providing a unified interface for clients while abstracting the underlying function apps. This simplifies interactions for everyone and makes our services more user-friendly. I like the sound of this plan because it aligns perfectly with our business context. We've been exploring ways to enhance our application and improve our customers' experience. Azure API management fits the bill perfectly. It adds a layer of abstraction that manages how these function apps will be exposed, and it gives users the power to securely access different functions with a single API call. Now, on to the implementation architecture for this setup. We are going to design this in a way that ensures scalability, performance, and security for all incoming traffic. The deployment will require a thought-out Azure Resource Manager template with defined logical groupings of our Azure Function apps, APIM instances, policies, and associated bindings. And of course, we wouldn't forget about our consumers, the users of this unified API. They deserve smooth sailing. For the configuration walkthrough, let's start by creating our API management service if we haven't already. We'll use the new console in Azure Portal, but the traditional way of doing it on command line isn't a bad option either. Azure API management allows us to create a new API, and through the configuration, we can add new APIs for existing service functions too. This way, we create a master API that includes all of our original Azure Function apps functionality, and with a few clicks and wizard-guided steps, we'll link them together. With the master API in place, we'll need to set up policies such as rate limiting, authentication, and logging. Think of these as guards for our API, ensuring that no harmful traffic gets through, unnecessary resources are not wasted, and important events are logged. These policies are not only pivotal for the healthy functioning of our API, but they also help to maintain security and provide valuable insights through logs and metrics. Once our APIM is configured, we would have an overarching framework to monitor and manage API traffic. Azure API management offers great analytics and reporting features like logs, statistics, and real-time consumption info. With these powerful debugging tools, we can diagnose any performance issues and optimize our setup more efficiently. Lastly, let's discuss some best practices. Designing with security in mind is paramount. Always enforce strong authentication for our API consumers and respect their access rights. Be sure to regularly review API usage to ensure that our policies are serving our clients right. In enterprise settings, maintaining an audit trail of all activities on this unified API can save a troll during an audit or investigation. Always strive for scalability ahead of growth and prioritize performance through intelligent routing, caching, and request prioritization. And there you have it, a brief tour into the exhilarating world of Azure API management. We've talked about the why, the wherewithal, the how-tos, and even some best practices to keep everything shipshape. But hey, before you rush off to practice coding through an API or master Azure functions, make the most of what I've shared by visiting neeraj.consisten.io. Get your hands on my articles on similar topics, and remember to stay updated on the latest in the tech world. Subscribe to TechLab. Until next time, my friend, happy coding, and remember, it's all about unlocking the best solutions with Azure. Remember to keep exploring and learning, as the tech world offers no finish line to a true enthusiast. Stay curious and keep discovering, for that's what drives us all forward in this amazing journey. Visit neeraj.consisten.io and subscribe to TechLab.